That boy been dead for over 20 years. Because we the people dark and the blue. We were the first and we will be the last. We're the founders of music. We're so old and experience so many sounds in so many ways, we discard better music than they play. We ain't no joke, and they know we ain't no joke. So what if we can take... Michael Jackson came up at the cusp where R&B was transforming into some progressive music. Okay? What do I mean by that? You had James Brown, you had Ike and Tina Turner, you had Jackie Wilson, Wilson Pickett, you had Sam Cooke, Otis Redding. He came up with, you tell it, Mavis Staple. You coming up with some soul. And remember, on every television show, old head, Johnny Carr said, what is soul? What is soul? Tell me what's soul. Aretha Franklin said, it's like a comfortable pair of slippers. You slip them on, but you can't explain them. And he said, oh, bitch. So you ain't telling me what soul is? You know what I mean? So that's where the music was coming. This is where Michael Jackson come from. All right. The progressive end of that music is what? Jimi Hendrix is playing one thing, but then you had war. You had Earth, Wind, and Fire. The music began to progress, and the instrumentation is so dynamic. White people can't keep up. Why don't those niggas slow down? I don't understand, but I love it. I love it. Elvis, you give me some little baby. No, Al. Beatles, they love you. Yeah. Sit down, Picklewood. Huh? Chuck Berry played the game and flipped white. Little Richard didn't, but Chuck Berry did. See, black people do progressive music. The difference between black music and white music is black music is progressive. You can never, because it's based on emotion, it's based on environmental, it's based on your science and your biology. Your heartbeat, yeah, man. So, you can never play. If I had a nice day with my wife, I'm not gonna play the boom doo doo doo. I'm a boom boom ba doom ba doom ba doom you can't do the same thing song. Did you know that European music you cannot deviate one iota? You cannot improvise. First of all, they can't. But you can't, so you play the say da 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 Figaro. Figaro here, Figaro there, Figaro up, Figaro down, la 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 Figaro. Same shit. Every day, same shit. You know what I mean? So they hear us in the corner. You make me wanna shout and shimmy, what? Shout and shimmy, I holler loud. He hollered loud. What does that mean? That's the Negro me. I holler loud. At the top of his lungs. My mother used to say, if you don't turn that off, at the top of his lungs, he's they said, what does that? That's emotion. What does that mean? So they give it what? Tom Jones. Tom Jones took over from a guy by the name, you should know him in New York, Chuck Jackson.
Oh, yeah, Chuck Jackson.
Chuck Jackson. Any day now, I will hear you say,
right.
And he was asked by Burt Bacharach and Hal David to teach this new guy a song that they had wrote for him, but just teach it to him. It's not unusual, and you've never seen Chuck Jackson again.
That's right.
It's not unusual to be loved, and the movements and everything attempted to be stolen. Because Chuck Jackson really was something on stage. Matter of fact, when you seen somebody come into the Apollo Theater, you was at the epitome of culture. That's why whites want to play there, to say they played their culture, which means I got the stamp of the champ from the black people that I got soul. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson, you need to, when you read that, enjoy that. Because I've been on Michael Jackson for years. I've been studying. I didn't just start and say I want to write something on Michael. It finally clicked as I was studying MK Ultra and behavior patterns. And as I studied Marlon Brando. And as I studied, see, now, my point was, if you come up with James Brown and B.B. King and Gladys Knight and the Pips and all of that, and your best friends is Elizabeth Taylor and Marlon Brando, something wrong. Not only that, there's like a 30-year age difference. And a monkey. And a monkey. Nobody know. I'm going to investigate where that monkey went. You know, I think that was Clive Davis just following him around. You know, that whole thing, you need to understand, because white people have a political reason for everything. Then they make fun at him. While they make fun of your culture, they stealing it. Yeah. And at the same time, people watching Michael Jackson, and Eminem has the nerve to come out making fun of Michael Jackson as if he's a member. See, I can make fun of Michael Jackson. He in my family. You talk about Michael Jackson, I'll punch you in your eye.
They just banned it from the black stations. They refused to play it.
Well, Eminem.
After they played it already.
And while they say surprise, Eminem had mixtapes with him talking about nigger women ain't nothing. Now, surprise, the Peckerwood don't like black people. If you move with the assumption that all Peckerwoods are the enemy, you won't have to. Oh my God, I thought Eminem loved me. Slim Shady don't love black people. Elvis Presley told us to shine his shoes. The Beatles don't like me. The Chicago Transit Authority don't let us ride. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Once it's hard to get people to understand because they've been imbued with Christianity and other religions that we are all people. Well, there's a family called the human family, and hue means color. If you have no color, you ain't in that family. That's all it's in your language. I didn't write human. That's why the need to lay in front of get some skin color. Britney Spears, Aaliyah's dead because they needed to make Britney Spears. And as long as Aaliyah was out there doing it, there would be no Britney Spears. Left Eye is dead. Huh? Yeah, they killed her. She was working with Dr. Sebi. She got 10 years. She got 10 acres of land right next to Dr. Sebi. She was bringing the youth to him to heal them as the invasion of the body snatchers was killing them. If I'm killing somebody and you healing them, I got to kill you.
Go ahead. Break it down.
These people ain't playing.
Witchcraft. Aaliyah started playing some snakes between them.
Yeah, that's another thing.
And she had to play the vampire role.
Right.
They had her in that witchcraft.
And after they got rid of her, the very same night, Britney Spears was doing the snake dance. See, they don't care. I ain't saying all our culture is good, but they steal all of it. They don't know what's good. They just wanted, is that black? Is that voodoo? And they get one of them.
Actually, question with Michael Jackson. I felt that they attacking him financially because he owns a Beatle collection, and they can't have their music back because Michael got too much money. They can't buy it back. I think that's why they're trying to bank him. They want their music.
Well, at the same time, that's a very smart move for him to buy it. At the second time, him having it don't help us.
No, I'm saying it hurts.
But he ain't spent no money on the liberation movement. Yeah, he'll do anything he told. They got him in the ringer. They got him in the ringer, you know.
I just wanted to know if you picked up on that.
Oh, the Beatle catalog is amazing. He did two things. See, let me be. No. The Beatle catalog, which was amazing. Black people usually don't understand how important your publishing contracts are because if you control the music, you get paid every time somebody uses it. Right. And unlike a real estate property, 20,000 people can use it at the same time and pay you like Lean On Me or Stand By Me. That has made people rich, you know. So yeah, the Beatle catalog and the other thing, they had him marry Elvis Presley's ugly little daughter. Now in the book I go into how does he marry Elvis Presley's daughter and he's a Jehovah's Witness and she's a druggie. Because they're put together. Whatever your orders is when your MK Ultra control, you do it. No matter how illogical. Even the most crazy person has some logic to their movement and you can't find logic to it. You look to white supremacy and say, all this is logical in terms of understanding. And she was one of the Scientologists. She brought him to Scientology. Now, what happened, I'm going to tell the book because because then you say, "Hey, can I have my money back?" Because I know the book. One of the biggest things, the breaking of the programming. Most of the Jackson family was MK Ultra, especially LaToya. LaToya's programming broke down, and she told the story of the child abuse her and Rebe suffered from the father, and that Michael, she can't keep silent on what Michael is doing. Her father introduces her. He was her controller. He couldn't control her no more. He even said he raped me when I was a kid. Y'all recall? All right. What she said, he went to the mob and got a handler to handle her. And this guy owns whorehouses, Gordon. And he handled her, and the programming broke down. And he had to beat her with a chair. And it reached the public eye. She later escaped. But no father gets a pimp to handle his daughter. Nobody. Not even the jobless pop. He said, "I'll save it for me," but I ain't sending it to him.
He look kind of funny though.
Who, Gordon?
His father. He look kind of funny.
Well, he's been done. What he did, what they do with MK Ultra, is they go to the parents of abused children and say, "We want to program your child as a sex slave or a courier. Now, let us do this, and the world is at your feet." And he got the world at his feet, didn't he? Millions upon millions of dollars. And then when they call in, like the mob, when they call in a favor, you got to do it. But he's never been right. He's never been right, and neither has Barry Gordon. I wouldn't trust Barry Gordon as far as I can throw him, and I can't pick the fat brother up. You see what I'm saying? All of this is operating. See, we look at Michael, we look at Michael, then after a while you say, okay, all right, let's research this. And stop throwing our emotions that he changed his colors and he rejected us, and oh, what a shame. What's wrong with this kid? Who's controlling what? And when you chase it to Brando, Marlon Brando had an island. He bought an island and the people on it. You know, in the Pacific. And his daughter, I think her name was Cheyenne. Right. Pick up on that. His daughter and them got in a fight, and his son killed her daughter's fiance. He went to jail. He later got out and is caught up in the thing with, Beretta. He was going with the Beretta's wife that Beretta killed. See, it's all there. And you got that, you got Elizabeth. Most of these people are devil worshippers. You also have in there, and in, I believe, Culture Matters too, that Sammy Davis Jr. was a devil worshiper. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. And he
Robert Blake he was talking about.
the other guy's Robert Blake. I called him Beretta, but you know me. Pet.
Little Beaver.
Pet.
Back in the day.
Was he Little Beaver?
Little Beaver.
A little bastard. Hey, I didn't know he was Little Beaver. Damn, he's been around a long time, ain't he?
His name was Matthew, the Little Beaver, wasn't it?
Oh, man, I thought he was Bobby Blake.
Yeah. So it's all good. You look at that. Because they're going to do it again. And again and again. You know. And then we sit back and we watch as sex prisoners. As the most... Do you know what the number one sold and circulated videotape VHS was? R. Kelly abusing that girl. How did that become the number one circulated thing? Now, he's guilty as hell. I think you need to bust him in his throat and handle your business. But that's another thing. But they utilized that on R. Kelly. R. Kelly turned out who? Aaliyah. See, it all run. He had to marry her or go to jail forever. You know. So it all comes full circle. And it's all quite painful if you don't understand it. It is the destruction of reality. Reality is lost in America, and as you try to get through the mists and the mazes and whatnot, you can't find anything real. So therefore, when you start looking for a mate, you can't find anything real. When you try to look for a friend, you can't find anything real. Disloyal is the norm. That's why they put on capitalist shows like Donald Trump, You're Fired, and watch them cut each other's throat. See, white people are cutthroats. What kind of enjoyment is that? Well, what do you think? Well, I think Bill should be left out of here because I want to be here and make the money. And Bill ain't no good. What do you think, Bill? Well, Dell think he's full of shit. I want to get out of here. And Dell said, what do you think of Bill and Dell? Bill and Dell ain't need them shit. You know what I'm saying? That's a television show, yo. Devoid, no drama, no nothing. People cutting each other's throat for 10 pieces of silver. We need a cultural cleansing. We need to clean our culture up from globe to globe. All of this discussion of sex prisoners is to demonstrate the problematics, the problems, and who's bringing the problem to us, and how we should deal with to clean our culture. Revolution is 90% cultural, I said. Revolution is 90% culture. If you don't understand your culture, a lot of people don't understand that. They don't understand it. 90% you make a culture revolution. In Guinea, in Cuba, in Zimbabwe, there's a culture of revolution. It's taught in the schools. It is the curriculum. Look out for your damn brother. Fight for your nation. Kill the peckerwood. If that is not, because theirs is definitely invade whoever they want, whenever they want, kill whoever they want, men, women, and children, beat up on little tiny nations like Grenada, bomb them to smithereens, control them, and then put in a government that give all their land, labor, and resources to the United Snakes of America. You see. So the cultural cleansing, what do we think? And that should be fun, putting together a culture. One, that we should be principled. One, that we should not be lying to each other. One, we should not be hustling each other. One, we should deal with the collective. You're not a village if you got homelessness and hunger. If you got homelessness and hunger, you ain't no village. You're a group of people hustling. You feel me? That's why they give you the hustle mentality in the hip-hop. Say, I'm just trying to get paid. That's one of the biggest excuses in life. I'm just trying to get, well, my family hungry too, but I got limits of what I will do. I definitely won't do nothing to my people. I won't sell out my people because my kids are hungry. That's an excuse. That ain't a reason. Cultural cleansing.
They say keeping it real.
Keeping it real. And then I got a page called Drag. And the chapter is 3 or 4 words. Ain't this a drag? And the pictures of all these black stars in dresses and blonde wigs. It's policy. You want to be king of comedy, a king of country? Put on a dress. Wesley Snipes, put yourself a dress on.
Big Ryan.
All of them, Bing Rand, you know. Because it's not that they put on a dress and homosexuality. It ain't that. It ain't that. It is making fun. Ving is a flaming fag. Making fun. Ain't he a good actor? Making fun. It's not about homosexuality. It's making fun of the African women. And how can an African woman have any love for people who make fun of them? They even had one basketball player, Johnson, playing his grandmother and making fun of his grandma. Dunking basketball. She ain't nothing but a big old awkward broad. Look at his grandmama. And then Shanae is all up in your face. And then the men on film with Waynes and that other boy. And all of these things. Guys got a whole picture where they wear a dress called White Chicks. Yeah. And they sit around and they have no pride, no dignity, no loyalty, just pay me. That's what the saying getting paid will lead you. Anything. Do anything. You want, white man, you want me to bend over without the grease? You pay me. I'm paid!
What about this lady from Korea? What's his name? That's popular, Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle is funny, and he plays the black card, but he has an has an Oriental wife. You know, he does that. So then I don't know whether you making fun with us or of us. You see what I mean? Dave's funny sometimes he go across the line. You know.
Well, you know they got our sister now, Serena.
Who?
Both of them.
Both of them.
Well, let's go into how that was done. Let's go into how that was done. They were taught singularly by their black father.
Right.
The richer they got, the mother no longer liked the black father and thought that people said they were racist because they used to be some hostile little girls. I remember Venus beat a girl, walked past her and said, "That's for beating my sister." That kind of thing, you know, us against the world. Well, she got rid of the father, put on a blonde wig, and I ain't lying, that both of the girls got white boyfriends, and they successfully divided.
They made fun of them and called them monkeys. And then after that,
And there you go. Yeah. 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 Let me tell you a secret. You can't kill none of my family members and keep me in line. You know what I'm saying? You can't kill my son and then tell me, now you watch your ass. You can't kill my father. Now you can only do that to a punk. You know what I'm saying? You ain't seen no killing. You ain't seen no killing. You want to go to that level? You ain't see. You can pick off my family anytime you want. Then well, all bets is off. I got a crazy family. You know? Oh yeah. So you're right to keep them in check. But Serena and Serena, see, let's go to the psychology of this. Two dark-skinned girls that were told all their life they weren't all of that. They had nappy hair and you're dark and you're dusty. Yeah! Yeah! And then all of a sudden the white man said because they got money and they're good at what they do, they were co-opted. Everything is co-op. Capitalism can co-opt dog shit. I mean, I'm serious. Anything, we'll take, all right, we came up with the natural. And they countered with the Jerry curl. Or we used to call it Jufro. You know, to negate the negate. It's a process. You negate and we keep negating. But we stop. I never thought. The brothers negating, they went after that Jerry curl thing they went through, they've been home in terms of hair. They've lost all that flash with their clothes, a lot of times just T-shirts and jeans, you know, relating to the brothers locked down, no belts. That's relating, because that's how they make you dress when you're locked down. You know, and you have to see that that's better than, remember they were going through Gucci, and they were going through, what was that white boy that hate them? What was that, Tommy? Yeah, enriching these people. Yeah. But see, now we got to get the daughters back home. The daughters are wearing Korean colored hair.
tattoos.
And if my wife was here, she would tell you, the worst thing you can put on your body is a tattoo. The tattoo and the ink compromises your immune systems, and it settles in the lymph node closest to your... Now, when Iverson and them got it all over there, they're compromising their system. And any people who were a slave and ever got branded should never... I don't even see, unless they're making a statement, I'm still a slave. But tattoos is really, really... So there's a lot of things that are going on in terms of controlling ourselves. And these things are to make you think about it, not just wind up with my conclusion. Again, it's not to tell people what to do and what not to do. That's your business. Right. As long as it's your idea. You could say, I'm going to get that tree, because that tree look good to me. As long as your idea. But if you're watching a show and say, oh, Rocket Man doing it to a tree. A tree. Rocket Man doing it to a tree. What is that good? You know?
Well, Fidel, not only do Serena have a white boyfriend, but they are now pushing homosexuality on her. She was in the paper last week with Paris Hilton, hugged up, and Paris was holding her by the ass and had one around her waist, and they was both like this in the paper. Serena and Paris Hilton, the white girl.
Well, they will do anything.
To promote it to
Once you get in that frame of mind, I was reading a book where Iman, I forgot, Spencer Haywood, she used to be married to Spencer Haywood. Iman, Spencer went to a party with her up in Hollywood. And he hated those Hollywood parties. So he went to get a drink. He came back and Iman and Grace Jones was laying on the ground humping each other. And white people were sitting there, rich white people were, you know, this is their scene. If you want, if that's the scene you want, you can get it. And they humping each other. He said it's the most disgusting scene, he said. But to people trying to get ahead in that, like, that's nothing. That's no, they get calls like, look, Serena, I seen you jiggling. You're jiggling there, baby. I know what you want to do. You want to get in the fashions in the movies, ain't you? Yeah. Come see me. Come see me. Let me top out of your ass and we'll see.
That's what her boyfriend is.
That's how it goes. That's how, there's no other way for it. Let me tell you something. Your boy Puffy, he hit the casting couch. And the man looked like Clive Davis. Okay? Clive is known to turn out men. That's why you have so many homosexual men. That's why you got the Wayans brother acting like they were, and all of them are stars, and the Jamie Foxxes and all of them. There's a casting couch where they must perform. But they say, you ain't seen it. I'll do it. Eddie Murphy. I was at a place like this talking about Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy ain't no faggot. This woman jumped us. Eddie, you done went too far. Eddie Murphy ain't no faggot. You a faggot. Get out of here. Get out of here. And she like, up yours. 3 days later, Eddie get caught on the down.
Oh, get out.
You know, I have no reason to lie to you. I have people and sources inside the business, both related and not related, who tell me who's who.
He used to date my cousin.
Who?
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Picked my cousin up and dropped my cousin off. My cousin is stone cold transvestite.
I'm telling you.
He likes Puerto Rican men, little transvestite women.
He AC/DC.
Yeah, he loves little transvestite Puerto Rican women.
See, once you become white in your mind, you automatically become AC/DC. There's no other place to go because that's how they deal. That's how they deal with their sexuality. They're confused. And as we said before, confusion is the enemy of the revolution. In the Black Epilogue, we must say this. Just being aware of these things is cool, but we pass the information on and have people think. Don't get, these hot arguments that we have with our people ain't necessary if we know they're brainwashed. Right. Try to make sense with, you know, you could say something to somebody in a provocative form and walk away. And 3 or 4 days later, it'll play out right in front of them. You don't need to yell at them, make them mad. You walk out, that's it, Eddie Murphy is, Eddie Murphy ain't no, you ain't, you faggot, you. And next day, well, I was just picking the thing up. I didn't know it. First of all, brothers, there's certain, you know and I know there are certain body movements men don't make. Right. There's certain feminine motions. He was doing the James Brown scene, and he was screaming with the hot tub. Remember how he had his? Remember how he was standing? Do you remember how he standing? You know, and sticking, ow, put his toe in it. You know, he lost his toe. I said, Eddie, you losing yourself there up in here. You know, I ain't interested in all that. Oh yeah, I mean, that's who he is, and that's who gets to hang with white boys. You gotta let them squeeze the Charmin. Because there's millions of them. Because if you don't let him squeeze the Charmin, he will. Or he will. So when these people... you know something. One day I'll sit around and say, it's a damn shame I gotta spend the rest of my life talking about this shit. You know what I mean? And you have to laugh. You say, all the things they're theirs to do, they are putting such a blanket over the consciousness of our people and they don't know whether they're going or coming. I feel so sorry for them. I watched Serena and them. I watched them with the beard.